Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Sports. We are back again with our daily match video called Beyond the Boundary. And we have a power pack panel today to talk mostly about India's test squad selection, which has been chosen today. We've got Dwaipan Datta joining us from Chennai, Nitin Naik joining us from Mumbai, and Pratyush
Hi.
joining us from Delhi. And gentlemen, we have much to unpack in this particular show today. We have a new test captain, India's newest test captain, hopefully India's full-time test captain, and a squad that has been named for the England tour. Let's start off with the news about Shubman Gill being named as India's test captain. Dwaipan, worst kept secret in Indian cricket for a long time.
Yes, for a while, that was the worst kept secret. There was like this was decided some time back. Heard read that even the chairman of selector and coach had a meeting with him in Delhi, and where he was briefed about a couple of weeks back that he is going to be the captain and to make his mental preparation for it. So yeah, it was the worst kept secret, and having said that, probably there was no other option, because if the chairman of selectors is saying that Jasprit Bumrah cannot play more than 3 test matches, then there is nowhere else to go. Then yeah, Shubman Gill, despite all his talent, has not yet found his mojo outside the subcontinent, hasn't convinced everyone as a test batter outside the subcontinent. So it's an uphill battle ahead for Indian cricket, I think, going forward, because there are a lot of grey areas. We will probably talk about that along the course of the show.
Nitin, there's this thing in the 90s in Indian politics. There used to be this concept of TINA, TINA. There is no alternative. Is Shubman Gill the TINA factor now?
No, it's a little too early in his career to think that there is no alternative to him. But at the moment, it does seem like that he's the best available candidate. Uh, there's been a lot of theory going around that about and the numbers that float around his overseas form, and how few outside the subcontinent, how his numbers are poor. But I would like to know what were Virat Kohli's numbers when he became captain in Australia in 2014. He was already a one day legend, or on the path to becoming one. I think Shubman Gill will become a one-day legend, but I do not know what are the comparisons with Virat. I don't think Virat's numbers were too great either outside the subcontinent when he became captain in Australia when MS Dhoni stepped down in Melbourne. Uh, so uh, so let's just be a little bit kind to him. Let's not be so judgmental, and let's not be in a haste to dismiss him. I know there has been a lot of you know doubts expressed about his capabilities, but I also feel that even India's most experienced team in 2018 in England, that team lost 4-1. So let's cut this team also some slack. Yes, I don't expect them to win, but if they can win one test match out of five, I think it will be an achievement.
Pratyush, do you think that Rishabh Pant would feel a little aggrieved because he, as Ajit Agarkar mentioned today at the press conference, that he's been India's best test batter in the last 4 5 years, and he's also a wicket keeper. He contributes a lot. So, would he feel a little aggrieved?
So, I mean, for me, in my opinion, personally, I don't think Rishabh Pant, a player like Pant or KL Rahul should be given the leadership role, a captaincy. Their performance has gone down whenever they become captain. And IPL is not a exact sample to say anything about any cricketer, but we have seen that in the IPL. And I think what Nitin suggested that, I mean, we need to be a bit patient with Suman, and he's not a collateral damage; he's a collateral benefit. There was no one around, right? कोई था नहीं, and then if he is given the chance, I think let him fail. It's going to be a Hercules task. England tour 5 test. I mean, I don't know who. I can't exactly remember who was the captain who made his captaincy debut in England. So I mean, it's something that it's like conquering Mount Everest. So as far as Rishabh Pant is concerned, I think even in my opinion, Yashasvi Jaiswal could have been a better vice captain. He is young, he has performed, and he could have been groomed. Let the Mavericks be the match winners. Let's not just put unnecessary pressure on them. That's what just my opinion is.
Dwaipan, just looking at the squad, uh, in a way, the squad picks itself because most of the players were chosen. Uh, and if you look at the squad, what do you make of the fact that Abhimanyu Ishwaran is going on another test tour? And we don't know if he'll be playing. We have an India A two-match series against England Lions. We could very well have somebody from that squad also being parachuted here, just so that Abhimanyu Ishwaran doesn't play. We've seen this a pattern that has emerged over the last 4 5 years with Abhimanyu Ishwaran. And Sai Sudarshan, somebody you know very well from Chennai, he's also picked for the first time. Amongst the other first-time selections, we've got Arshdeep Singh making it to the Test squad for the first time, and Shardul Thakur and Karun Nair are making a comeback. And Karun Naik has taken the longer route to make a comeback. Shardul Thakur had to wait a short term. What do you make of these key comebacks and first-time selections?
Mm, I'll start with Karun Nair. Justified because, like, if you are not taking Karun Nair after that season that he had, you might as well do away with domestic first class cricket, because after that many runs, what he did in that season, and now that your two big guys are off, there was no way he could have been kept out. So that is about Karun Nair. Sai is another player who picks himself. Sai should probably bat at number three. Pratyush may differ. Pratyush will probably say four. It could be four also. I'm saying that I think he's more suited to number three. A very good number three batter, has had a fabulous IPL. Didn't play much in the Ranji Trophy though this year, but he has been consistent, has the temperament, has been there for a while. So Sai Sudarshan was the obvious choice. He would have played in Australia. Had he not had that injury, he would have played ahead of Devdutt Padikkal. Shardul Thakur, okay, it's a very condition specific choice. Shardul Thakur, I do not think will play anywhere else in the world. It's because of England. It's that all rounder kind of a thing who bowls the ball slightly full and up and gets few runs. That's why he's there. And Arshdeep Singh, I heard that he bowled very well in one match for Kent last season. Beyond that, I have not seen him or heard of him much doing very well with the red ball. I expected Khalil, because I have seen him swing the ball around, and but Arshdeep is, and probably it's the weight of experience that he has in white ball cricket that has opened the door for him. I hope he is a success. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Nitin, Karun Nair, Arshdeep, and Sai Sudarshan also have experience of playing county cricket in the last couple of years. Sai Sudarshan has made two trips last year and the year before. And Arshdeep, like Dwayne mentioned, played last year, and Karun Nair has also played county cricket last year. Would all that have factored in also in making these choices?
Yes, all that has factored in, but I also feel a little sorry for Sarfaraz Khan over here. Uh, got a great 100 on a seaming pitch in Bangalore where all the other batters failed. Yes, he did not. I think had he won them that fourth innings chase in Mumbai, where he swatted a full toss to deep mid wicket, I think the team management would have been a bit more kinder to him. But I think he blew his chance in Mumbai, where a very manageable fourth innings total. I think he messed it up along with Rishabh Pant. I think that was his great chance to win them that game. But I think I would feel a little aggrieved if I was Sarfaraz Khan, because somehow the other, when someone needs to be dropped or someone else needs to be brought in or made to jump the queue, it is always at the expense of Sarfaraz Khan. Dwaipan mentioned very rightly so that Karun Nair came back into the Indian team on the sheer weight of the runs that he has scored in domestic cricket, and if you don't value that, that you might as well junk domestic cricket, then I would like to point out quite in the same vein what wrong has Sarfaraz Khan done in domestic. He got a double hundred in the Irani Trophy. He could not get a chance in the Australia series. Unfortunately, got injured. Um, what what do you tell him? I know Agarkar, kind of had a very escapist answer that there are only so many guys that you can pick, and so it is it is going to be unfair to somebody. My question is, why should we always be unfair to Sarfaraz?
Do you think that GG will also be aggrieved, Nitin, because he made a trip to see him lose weight and write a piece on him and he's not selected?
I do not know. I would not speak for him, but I mean, if I was Sarfaraz Chandresh, I think I'll be really really upset. I think there has been lack of clear communication here with the team management. I think you saw visuals of him in the nets in Australia, looking forlorn, looking almost abandoned, where he was just all by himself. I think when you're not really wanted, um, the same thing I think Shastri and Kohli did with Karun on the 2018 England trip. When he was felt unwanted, and suddenly Hanuma Vihari was brought in and made to play that
Nitin,
series. So I think something similar is happening with Sarfaraz here.
it happened with Abhimanyu Ishwaran also on the 2021
Yeah,
England
yeah,
tour.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's happened
Same.
over the last 4 5 years. Also, Nitin, just
Yeah,
building on your point, it's quite interesting. The team that lost 3-1, the batting that failed, none
yeah,
of the guys in the 11, apart from the guys who retired, the two guys who retired, have been
mm,
left out. It's the guy who
yeah,
did play, Sarfraz Khan.
yeah.
He's been left out.
Exactly, exactly. So
That's
I
the
mean,
funny part.
yeah. I mean, I you when it comes to Sarfaraz, there is always a theory, Chandresh. When it comes to the others, there are no theories. We always look at talent and potential and everything. But when it comes to Sarfaraz, sadly, there are all these theories just suddenly appear that very convenient answers are found to leave him out, which I think should not really happen. I think the selectors and the team management owe an explanation to Sarfaraz. Think, boss, this is why we have left you out for this series, but come, please score runs in the India A games, and you're there at least as a traveling reserve. I think he deserves to be there at least as a traveling reserve. I mean, I cannot believe that in an 18-man squad, you could not find a spot for Sarfaraz Khan. I think, and also I think having Washi as well as Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav, I think we are playing one spinner surplus.
Pratyush, just going to the next point about Bumrah, the fact that Ajit Agarkar openly came out and said Bumrah may not play all 5 test matches, he may play only 3 test matches. Where does that leave India's bowling, considering the way England have batted in this test match against Zimbabwe? I am actually worried that this could be a repeat of 1990.
I think we have a
We
better
were not
bowling
even
side.
born. I'm sorry, I'll tell you what happened. Good scored triple hundred. Nitin, myself, and Dwaipen are from that vintage. So just to let you know, that happened that year. So go on.
No, no, I think we have a better bowling side than Zimbabwe. And this Baz ball narrative is good for this week. I think they're going to explode. If Bumrah and again in the last episode, as I mentioned, if Bumrah, Siraj, and Kuldeep they are fit for 3 tests, and we manage to get Joe Root cheaply, India will have an upper hand. That's for sure. Because he's the only guy who can play against a quality attack. So no disrespect to Blessing, Muzarwani and the co, but I feel if these three are fit, I think we'll have a real go at them, and it will be a result oriented series. I can't see the Bass bowlers doing that well against this bowling attack. Even if Sami is not there, Akashdeep was bit unlucky in Australia. Is bowled extremely well. That spell against Steve Smith was probably, I don't know, it was very unlucky. So I think we have a better bowling side than Zimbabwe, and I think I'm personally very optimistic that we will win more than one test match with our bowling lineup.
Dwaipen, Bumrah not being there. for all five test matches. Uh, how big a blow is that? Because you already don't have Shami, and it's become a pattern. Each time Shami says something, he writes about on social media about in response to a story. That story comes out to be true, and then Shami goes quiet, and then we wait for the next story around Shami. It's happened quite regularly with the last 1.5 years. Has first of all two questions: what happens to India's bowling in the absence of Shami and also Bumrah in all five test matches? And has Shami played his last test match ever?
I'll start from the last. I think this should be the, like, if you are not taking Shami to England, and the way he is really bowling poorly in the IPL, uh, his white ball game is also not there. I always felt that he has enough in his game to be still to be effective with the red ball in England. If you are not taking Shami to England, then I don't know. And he is 35 at least, so I don't see where is his comeback route. I really do not see Shami making a comeback. So that is one. And about the other part, I am very keen to see what kind of a pitch England offers India. Like, if they are playing on these flat decks, where there are a lot of runs, which will be something different to what Australia did, because Australia were slightly wary of the Indian batting unit, and they wanted to beat India with pace. Here it's slightly different. Here it can be a case where they may want to beat us with their batting on a good pitch. I have a feeling, like, I had only said that India had a very good chance some time back, but when I look at the two teams, and experience plays a part in series like this, and this Indian batting lineup, at least on paper, does lack experience. So if it gets to crunch, if it gets to difficult situations, I do not see, I do not know how it is going to react. And without Bumrah on not very responsive pitches, it can get slightly uphill. And Pratush said that, barring Joe Root, there are not too many good players. Zach Crawley is a very good player. Ben Duckett, good player. Ben Stokes, good enough player. Johnny Bairstow has scored runs against best of the West Indian attacks. So let's see. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be an easy series.
Nitin, are you worried about India's bowling in the absence of Shami and also Bumrah not being fully there?
What I'm most worried about, Chandresh, is them messing up a playing 11. They've been very consistent at messing up their playing 11s. Be it in New Zealand, against New Zealand here, I thought Akshar Patel on those kind of pitches was an absolute lock-in. But they chose to ignore him in all three tests, not starting with Akashdeep, all for whatever reasons. I know Harshit Rana produced that great delivery to get Travis Head in Perth, but at least in that day-night test, I thought Akashdeep should have played. So there has been a pattern of them picking very confused 11s. So I just hope that they do not stick to that same chronic pattern that has developed that. And I just hope that they don't hedge. uh, चलो वॉशी को भी खिला देते हैं, नीतीश को भी खिला देते हैं. So because if you see the stats of the Australia series, I think Washi, Jaddu and Nitish, I don't think collectively they bowled more than 120 130 overs. And so if you try to hedge their bowling with their batting and thoda idhar bhi thoda udhar bhi, then I think you're going to struggle. So I just hope that in their hope of fixing both, they do not mess it up. I just hope that they play. I'll just try and put in my 11 for the first test at Edgbaston if I'm not taking too much of time. Yeah, I would start with Yashasvi and Rahul, Sai Sudarshan at 3, Gill at 4, uh, Karun Nair at 5, Rishabh Pant at 6. I will play Nitish at 7, and I'll play 4. and I'll play four quicks. Shardul, Shardul, Siraj, Bumrah, and Prasid. Uh, that will, that will give us, because Edgbaston I think will be seam friendly. No, sorry, Leeds I think will be seam friendly, and I do not know, whether uh, England will have the ability to cope with consistent seam pattern, seam attack. So I will maybe go with this attack for the first test, and then see how things unfold. Because I just feel that there is a little bit of vulnerability in the England batting, which I think India can expose, especially early on in the test series.
Pratyush, just looking at the guys who've been left out or not been considered, one name that kept coming up is Harshit Rana. There's no question asked about Harshit Rana today, but clearly it's one name that has been left out and who was promoted big time in Australia. Straight away brought into the fray in Australia. He's gone. He's not there in the tour, and I don't know whether he'll play Test cricket again till about next year in New Zealand. Because I don't see India making too many changes to their pace attack in the next 1 year. Uh, what do you see? What do you see happening there?
It was surprising for me as well because in DDA सर्कल there is a joke जब टीम पिक हो रही है गौतम गंभीर के अंदर तो पहला नाम हर्षित राणा लिखा जाता है so so and it was pretty surprising that Harshit Rana was not in the test squad but he is in the A squad and the another surprising thing was Navdeep's omission of Navdeep Saini the greatest net bowler India ever produced is not in the A squad also but I don't know. I have this feeling that Harshit Rana might end up playing a test. We'll see that. We'll see that. But I have this feeling that he might surprise us.
You forgot another net bowler, Avesh Khan. Last five
Avesh
six
Khan,
years,
Avesh Khan ka, I think Avesh Khan ka just as you guys have spoken about how Abhimanyu Ishwaran or Sarfaraz Khan was left abandoned. Same thing Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma did with Avesh Khan during that tenure. In the white ball, whatever I have seen, the whatever matches I have covered, I've seen in Mohali, I've seen that in Delhi. That guy, he's toiling separately. He is alone, completely left aloof on the from the group and all. And I don't think he is fully fit also. His groin is still not there. His the bowler who was clocking 145 have become 125. So these days, there's fast bowlers, especially they are very smart. They just to play IPL, they kind of carry on with the injuries. I mean, immediately you'll see when the Ranji Trophy will come, a groin surgery हो जाएगा. 15 महीने के लिए खत्म. Then rehab will start. They'll play one or two matches here and there. Sayyid Mustaq Ali or MPT20 League. I mean, and then like he'll play IPL.
so basically you mean that January and February everybody will be fit.
हाँ वो एक है मतलब कि वो एक हल्का निकल आ जाता है they'll carry on and
It's a
सबसे
tough time. The winter period is a tough time for bowlers,
tough time
especially.
especially
Yeah,
when the
because
scouts are
especially
there.
October to January, it's a tough time for the bowlers because there's a lot of hard work. It becomes very difficult. I think Dwepan also agrees with you. Dwepan, it's a tough time for bowlers, especially from October to January. February is a good month to get fit.
Yeah, yeah. If it is about the toil of first class cricket, then the fringe Indian bowlers find it a little difficult these days. I can understand. I can. It's not a problem. We have to cut that much of slack.
Yeah, but Dwepan, are there any surprise omissions? We spoke about Nitin and I spoke about Sarfraz because we both come from Mumbai, so we are talking about him. Sorry, no nepotism over there. But are there any surprise omissions in your view?
Shreyas Iyer, Shreyas Iyer is probably a player like he's not a lock-in in England, but he could have been there. He has the weight of runs behind him, has the experience. But having said that, I was having a talk with Nitin. Nitin was saying that Shreyas has a back problem. He's probably physically not at his 100%, and that could be one of the reasons Why he has not been considered, I don't know. That could be one of the reasons. Other than that, see, Chandresh, I was just talking to a friend and just trying to figure a squad, and we were finding it very difficult to find more than five or six test batters beyond the first five. Like there is nobody. There is actually when it comes to T20 cricket, there are 15 names, but when it comes to test, it is very fine. The moment your Rohit, Pujara, and your Virat Kohli are gone, there it seems that there are no lock-in players. So I think this is the best that we have. I Shreyas Iyer is a name that may could have been considered, and Shami, of course, injured. So yeah, I thought maybe finally Shami will be there. I was just hoping against hope. I really like him, so like his bowling. So yeah.
Nitin, today at the press conference, in the press conference, a good friend Vishy pointedly asked Ajit Agarkar about the retirements of the two stalwarts and whether it would have helped if the retirements had come in January rather than in May or April. Uh, would it have helped at all, in your view?
No, how? I mean, the Australia series was already over. So I thought, you know, uh, not the retirements, but the way that the retirements happened, that was a little bit more troublesome. Or I thought that there was this communication gap between the team management, selectors, and all three senior players who retired, Ashwin, Rohit, as well as Virat. I thought that the nudge, if at all it was given, I thought they at least deserved an on-field farewell. So, and from whatever little that I've read or watched or listened, I think Virat Kohli was probably promised captaincy as on an interim basis, and then suddenly I thought the selectors changed their mind, and that is why I think that's what prompted Virat to call it quits. So, in terms of whether the retirements should have happened earlier or later, I don't think either of the three would have lasted the next cycle. And I think we should all be, as Indian cricket lovers, chroniclers, reporters, I think we should all scale down our red ball expectations now for at least 2 or 3 years on at home as well as away. Uh, I don't think that we are going to enjoy the same kind of success that we had from for 3 4 years prior. Uh, we should. If, I will be very surprised if we make the finals of the WTC in this cycle. But maybe if we are looking at this as a 4 year project, 4 year red ball project, maybe target 2029. uh, if we have to be realistic, let's let this team build, let this team develop, let the same set of guys play for a while. Let this batting core develop like we had that batting core of Rohit, Cheteshwar, Ajinkya, and Virat. Let this core also develop, and then maybe we can find guys who will be able to take us to the 2029 final. I don't think we should expect much for this cycle, home as well as away. Let's be humble enough to swallow a few bitter pills, and then look for glory a bit ahead in time.
I was just wondering, you spoke about 2029 final. If India don't make it to the final in 2027 as well, do you see ICC continuing with the World Test Championship format?
Yeah, that's a discussion probably for another level or for another platform. But I think that the test format for the WTC cycle is has been interesting because it has produced results. It has made players, it has made captains go for wins, make home teams prepare wickets that produce results. So in that sense, yes, it has been a success. But maybe if they can just find a way so that all teams play an equal number of matches, um, maybe then the league or the cycle will become a little bit more exciting. But in terms of India, I don't think we should expect for them to reach the final in this side.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, we also have an IPL match. I'll just let you know about the toss. Yes, the toss has been won by Delhi. They're going to bowl, and Akshar Patel has not come out to toss. Faf du Plessis has come out to toss, and it's Delhi versus Punjab. It's the third time that these two teams will be playing this season. The second time got stopped midway because of Operation Sindhu. This match is being replayed today in Jaipur. So this is the third time both these sides are going to see each other in this season. One final round of questions to all three gentlemen, starting with you, Pratyush. What do you think is going to be the scoreline in the England-India Test series?
Three
Remember,
two,
whatever you say, Pratyush, will be replayed when the series ends in August. So be careful.
3-2, uh, India, yeah. England, yeah.
Huh?
3-2 India.
3-2 India.
India.
My
Wow.
God. Wow. Very positive young man.
बास्केटबॉल खेल लूं मैं भी जुबान से.
'Nitin?
3-1 England. Well, I think one game could be weather affected somewhere down the line. Maybe Manchester, uh, maybe Oval. But I think the 3-1 would be a fair result. I think if we win one test, I think it will be a huge achievement with this kind of team or with so much inexperience.
Dharpan?
3-1, yeah, 3-1 is looks the most likely. I think that's the most likely result. If India manages to by the time they come to Oval, get used to it. It's a normally a flat deck. If we win that one and make it 3-2, great. But it could be 3-1. Yeah, England.
Okay. Just look at the three faces, or no, just look at the two experienced guys. They have voted for India to lose the series. Only the young guy in white shirt has voted. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about Pratyush has voted for India to win the
What is
series.
your word? Come on, you have to go on record now.
I think it will be a good series. I think it will be a very good series. It will be an interesting series. So only Pratyush is the nationalist here. The two others. Uh, so on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today on this show. We'll be back again
Thank you.
tomorrow. And we promise we'll talk about IPL in detail tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves. Remember, you can like, share, subscribe, and comment all through this season on TOI Sports. And also remember to press the notification bell and be part of the conversation. That's it for today from Nitin, Dwaipan, Pratyush, and myself. We'll be back again tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless from all of us.